Over the past 2 days, we've looked at a passage from the ancient Roman philosopher Seneca. And while he's not a Christian, some of the things he says about why sin or foolishness has a grip on people's hearts can be very helpful for us in reflecting on why sin has such a grip on our hearts. So over the past 2 days, he said that why does foolishness have such a tight hold on us? First, because we do not resist courageously. And second is we do not sufficiently believe the things that men of wisdom have discovered. We do not take them into our hearts. And now today we're going to talk about the third thing that he says, which might be possibly the most convicting of all. He says, what hinders us most of all is that we are quickly satisfied with ourselves. There's so many times where we hear people praise us and say, oh, you're such a good person, Robert. You're such a great person. Look at all that you do. And we can hear that and really say, man, I am great, aren't I? I do all those awesome things. We try to seek solace in those the applause and the favor that people give us by their affirmations. But so many times that can delude us. We can be completely off in our assessment of ourselves when we listen to that praise from those people. We tend to neglect the continuing sinful things that happen in our hearts, in our minds on a daily basis because we're so full of ourselves and what those people praising us think about us. And so we let up on our efforts to stop that sin. And so I want us to think about how the rich young ruler could have been the same way. A young man who came to Jesus and he was asking him, what do I need to inherit the kingdom of God and enter it? And Jesus said to him, have you kept the commandments? And Jesus said, or the young man said, I've kept these since my youth. He could have been affirmed by what Jesus had said, but Jesus continued on and told him the one thing that he really needed to hear. Because of that, he went away sorrowful, because he was made aware of the one area where he had not surrendered everything to God. So when I reflect on myself, you could think, oh, look at all that I've surrendered, all that I've given up, all the progress I've made. Look how good I am, how great I've got it. And while that's awesome to celebrate, it should not be enough for us to just stop and say, I'm good enough. I'm there. I have arrived. Because even Paul himself in Philippians chapter 3 said that he had not yet arrived yet at perfection, at that knowledge of Christ. He said he's willing to leave everything, every accolade that he has behind in order to have that knowledge of Christ's resurrection and the experience of his sufferings. And so I hope that we too are not going to be self-satisfied by people's applause or by our opinion of ourselves. And we will try even harder than ever. Even no matter how great we may think we are, how much progress we've made, we will consider it day one today of our renewed effort to continue to be like Jesus.